I'm Craig Dilger. I'm the owner and brewer here at Foulmouthed Brewing. We are a brew pub in the Knightville neighborhood of South Portland, Maine, right at 15 Ocean Street, really like at the foot of the Casco Bay Bridge. We focus quite a bit on food that's really sourced locally and made from scratch. We have people coming in for some of the really creative sandwiches that our chef has been making. He's got a jalapeno popper grilled cheese that I think is coming back on the menu. So it's like a grilled cheese sandwich with the makings of a jalapeno popper on the inside. It's really delicious and lightly spicy, and just creative choices amassed from inspirations around cuisine globally.
Our friend Quincy Hensel was recently quoted in Bloomberg Business Week. I got a text from our mutual friend Anthony, who sent it to me, and a big time, right? So tell us about Bloomberg Business Week and what the article is about and exactly what you said.
Sure, yeah. So Bloomberg and actually a lot of national media outlets have been covering the low unemployment rate, and specifically in Portland. So Bloomberg's article, they were looking at Portland, Maine. We have the lowest unemployment rate I think we've experienced. I don't know if it's in the history, but as long as they have been recording the unemployment rate, we're at about...
As long as Dana has been...
What? That was me.
Just kidding.
She said it, I didn't.
Yeah, but it's hovering around 1.7, 1.8.
It is. Portland's about 1.7%, and Bloomberg was interested on what that means for employers and what the impact has been and what employers are doing to try to work with that low unemployment rate.
Well, you got unemployment down, you've got the demographic issue that we all know so well that she just pointed out and made very personal to me. But you also have the whole issue of population flat, and it has been flat for some time, demographics being what they are, and knowing that we're competing with other places in the world. And most of us have, most states have a similar problem, aren't you?
Right.
Finding that to be
Yeah,
true?
I think that's absolutely true, that this is not a Maine-centric problem. And it's really those employers, as Quincy was saying, that are taking and looking at it from a proactive viewpoint are the ones who are going to win here. It's much like if you're selling a product, it's what's my brand? And the employers that are saying, what is my employment brand? And really thinking about that thoughtfully are the ones who are going to be able to negate some of these kind of ongoing problems.
Your role in this economy has to be incredible, Dave.
It's very interesting in the recruiting world right now, whether it's through a firm such as ProSearch like ours, or whether it's a talent acquisition team within a company such as Wex or LL Bean or Dead River or whatnot. It's a hard task right now because it is competitive, and it just can't be, we can't pay Boston wages, or we can't play, X number of wages. What are we going to do? You have to look at all the factors and really shine a light on the positive, and that's what those who are going to win are going to be able to do. So it's the quality of life. It's the breweries in Maine. All of it adds up. It really does, and just you can't negate the realities, so to speak, but
you got to promote the positive too.
You got to promote the positive.
Yeah.
Are we telling our story good enough? Getting that Maine brand out, just bringing it back to the Maine brand.
Yeah, sure. Sure. There are all the efforts. There's obviously the Live and Work in Maine, of which is a big sponsor of this show, is out there, and I think there are more and more efforts as to getting all of these competing entities, and I don't know if competing is the right word, but all these groups that are trying to do the same thing, and it's where do we all fit, and how do we work together, and how do we take 20 things and bring it down and cull it down to one or two really big initiatives and make sure that it works for everybody.
So to wrap it up, what advice if an employer was watching and they were feeling kind of this stress?
Be thoughtful, be proactive, be flexible, and do the right thing.
Good advice.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that and all the good work you do.
Thank you.
Thanks.